How's it going, everybody? This is Belief from Belief's Compiler. Here at Belief's Compiler, we like to talk about technology, and we have a specific focus mostly on programming, tutorials, videos, and a lot of different things. This is our first video right here, and this one's going to be all about Netbeans. I'm using Netbeans version 8.2, and here's just your basic layout. I've modified a few things, obviously, like for example, if I put something stupid here, like it just, wow, look at that, can read the code and I have errors. That's just how I like it. So this video is for, if you know Netbeans kinda, but you don't really fully know how to use all the tools and different things that Netbeans has, then this video is good for you. Or if you're just brand new to programming, you don't even know what an IDE is, then this video will be good for you too. And by the way, if you don't know, that means IDE is an interactive development environment. It's basically like a workstation where you go to work on code. It has, a compiler in it, and it has like tools and like the ability to refactor and debug and be able to properly, work on code. So here I'm gonna go over the basic menu categories. Let's give you a quick rundown. Here in File, it's pretty self-explanatory. Edit, there's a lot of great tools right here I would use in coding, but I've used this one a lot. It's called Undo. When you make a mistake or you forget and accidentally delete something, you use Undo. But as you see, there's many more. I'm not going to go over every single feature in Netbeans. I'm just going to give you a broad general overview. Here in View, you got your toolbars, you show your line numbers and all different visual aids. Div sidebar. If you don't know what that is, don't worry about it. Navigation. You won't use navigation a lot in the beginning, but when you're working with code, a humongous, gigantic project, and you have a team, and you have a lot of different things, and you use navigate more then, because there's a lot of different navigational tools you could use here. You can go to a specific type, go to a specific file, look for specific symbols. It's also really good when you're debugging too, and you have no idea what's wrong with your code, and sometimes you need to use navigate to help you get through it. Source. Talking about your source code, the actual code you write, you can move it all different ways, as you can see, up, down, left, right, on, and on. Refactor. Refactor is a way to cut and paste, and to cut and paste code, basically. There's a lot more to it than that, but the basic overview, that's basically, you can't just copy and cut and paste like it's a text file or something, man. Like it's your cell phone, you can't do that. Because if you do that, like in code, you're taking out a piece of a code that another part of the code relies on, and you're gonna just mess everything up. So you have to use refactor, which is like a fancy way for in programming to copy, cut, paste, and move. Your run system is when you want to run your code and you actually want to see like what you did. And if you create like a UI or a window, you'll have a nice window up there that you can look at and test out on buttons to push and so on. And the debug menu will be there, located on the bottom if any errors come up or anything happens. And different ways you can build: clean build, set project configurations, generate Java doc. It's a good thing to know. I would say sometimes it's just best, in my opinion, just to run the project. Just generally run the project. If you're having issues with the project running, then compile the file and try that file on a different Netbeans system or on a different IDE. And you see sometimes there's weird errors that occur with that, with your project crashing or things like that. Different bugs. And here's, speaking of bugs, debug menu. You got run to cursor, attach the debugger, debug specific file, debug your entire project is probably the most used one, let's be honest. Profile team, Windows and help, I'm gonna let you guys go over. because help is really great because you go back to your start page, look at your Java doc, references, all that good stuff. It'll help you. You can always go help contents and search if you're stuck on something. Your windows is different windows you can have appear in your IDE. So on my navigator window, I want to do output window. Oh, nothing happened. There's my files window. It's right here. Tools. Tools is my favorite category out of all the categories in this menu. But let's take a look. There's a lot of stuff you can do here, guys. A lot of it, as a new programmer, you're not gonna really understand. Like, the Java doc is one thing you should learn. It's part of documentation. And when you're working in Java, Java doc is a great thing to look up and research. You can change the Java platform, which is different like versions of the SDK or Jerry, maybe. Netbeans platforms, you can update which version of Netbeans you're using. These are like the code libraries that are at the foundation, the core of a lot of the Java. You know, go to different servers, the cloud, the templates, on and on. There's a lot of stuff you can do here. Palette. Plugins is a great one. This is the one we're going to go over. Plugins allow you to, it's like basically like modding. It's like modding NetBeans to do more stuff than it could originally do. That's basically what the plugins are. And I mean, there's 235 available. Minus the 50 I already have installed. These are the ones I personally have all installed on my NetBeans. To give you some examples right here, we got the dark look and feel theme. I like to save my eyes. I got the spell checker English dictionary because I do make spelling mistakes. I got Git. I got some. I like to do a little CSS. Some of these, I'm not entirely sure what they even do. Let's read this one. Local history provides functionality for viewing and keeping track of local changes. Stores files that we created, modified, or deleted in the IDE and enables recovery of recently stored data. That's an important one to have. But look at the categories. Base IDE. All these right here are base IDE. So they come. It's the base of the IDE. I have to do editing. These are a couple editing ones. JavaFX 2. JavaFX is great. So you do a lot with the plugins, and there's a lot of available ones. When you do go download plugins, though, just if they're on here, they've been approved by NetBeans, but still, I would say look at the author, check the author, Google him, see if he's actually a developer, or see if it's a company or who it is. You never know. But I've never had any problems. But I still check the authors. Sometimes there won't even be an author, which is kind of odd. Anyway, enough about plugins. Let's see. Options right here. Let's check the options. This is all the basic stuff right here. I'm just trying to show you guys, this for you guys, new guys right here in the scene. These this is where you'll be able to figure out, like, oh, I want to make my thing look cool. I want to change the theme of my IDE and go all blacked out, bro. Or, I want to be super, like, bright, like white and blue or whatever you're into, whatever you like. They have options here. I have this theme set as Nimbus. I don't like this theme. It's too bright for me. My favorite one is Dark Metal. So say we want to have Dark Metal theme. Fortunately, when you apply a theme or update a plugin, or you have to restart the damn IDE. See this little thing right here? You have to restart it. I don't think I need to save that. See, I'm recording this with a OBS Studio. The window thing is pretty interesting. None to say the less. Yeah, NetBeans 8.2 is the version I'm running. If you didn't catch it. Time to load. Here we go. Isn't that a little different? We don't have the white and the blue. It's dark now. This is what I like. This is the one I personally use. So, to get back to tools and options, before I let you guys go, I'm going to show you one last thing. Fonts and colors for every... Maybe you guys noticed earlier that I had an application running. When I made an error, everything turned red. You couldn't even read the code. I can't do it right there. Let's see if it... It's red, but you can still see the code. But you can optimize it and customize it and figure out which way works best for you. When you're writing code and you know, like, visually, like, what works for you, like, you gotta actually sometimes sit and figure out which error color should I choose. Should I choose classic red, go orange, yellow? People, you know, have all different preferences. But this is where you change everything. Your errors, your comments, your characters, so on and so on. And here in appearance is where you can change actually look and feel, the themes, the document tabs, and there's a lot of other options. But seeing as, you know, I'm making this video too long, this is a general overview, and you guys got a good general overview of NetBeans. And if you were unclear about anything I said, or you have like more questions about NetBeans, then, you know, feel free to leave a comment below, and I'll gladly answer them. This has been Belief with Belief's Compiler. This has been the NetBeans general overview video. Wishing y'all a wonderful day. Be nice to each other.